Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, iStandalone Gaming. Thank you for joining me on another episode of our SnowRunner series, and I really hope you enjoy it.
Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show.
Alright guys, in the last episode we completed one of the tasks and two of the contracts. We ended up here at the top of the hill, so what we're going to start with is recovering our vehicle. We don't need it on top of this hill no more. Press the map button and we're going to find out what we need for this pipe dream. We need the heavy fuel tanker semi-trailer, a load of bricks, 2 bricks, and 1 metal beam. So we can get both of those from the warehouse here. The tricky part is getting them all the way up to the factory. Now I know if we try to go this way, super muddy. Our best bet is to probably go straight through this path here and go straight onto the highway. Take the highway all the way up to the factory here. You can see it stretches all the way over there. Highway there, highway there, highway there, up and around there, up and around here. So what I think we're going to do first is we're going to try to get the bricks and the metal beams. What we're going to try to do is maybe bring this trailer, the one that we left there from episode 2 I believe it was. We're going to try to take that trailer all the way to the warehouse, and then we're going to pick up the bricks and the metal beams. We're going to take those to the factory, and then we're going to come back for that heavy fuel tanker, because you need a saddle high for that. You can't just attach it like a regular trailer. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the Fleet Star out, and we're going to head on out. So we need 4 slots altogether. Metal beams take 2 slots per metal beam, and we need 2 sets of bricks, which will take 1 slot apiece. So we have 2 on the flatbed. We'll probably put the bricks on there, and we'll put the metal beams on the trailer. So if you remember, every time we drive through here with the Fleet Star, it gives us a little bit of a headache. It's usually why I take that hill, which I explained in the last episode. We're going to go pick up this trailer. What I think we're going to do is just try to winch it. We're going to winch it and try to drag it behind us for a little bit, so that way it shouldn't give us as much of a problem trying to get up this little hill here. But I'm going to put my diff lock on. It's going to take us a little bit to get up over this hill, but once we do, we'll attach the trailer and then we'll head to the warehouse, and then I'll see you guys there. Definitely being a little bit of a pain right now. What we're going to do is attach the trailer. We're going to attach the trailer. Trailer's too far away. Looks like it's right there, guys. I don't know about you. So what we're going to do, pull up a little bit. Attach trailer. Trailer's too far away. There we go. Finally got it. At least now that we're attached, we can try to use the winch. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna detach.
Never break.
After some finagling, we got it. So what we gotta do, we're gonna try to get it all the way up to the top here, and then we'll attach, and we'll go on through to the warehouse. Took a little bit of extra work, but at the end of the day, we'll only have to take one trip instead of two. Originally there's a trailer there already. If you haven't used that, you could just grab that trailer, but unfortunately I did not. I believe I even sold that trailer.
Do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame.
So now that we got it up here, I'll fast forward to where we're at the warehouse. I'll see you guys there.
Feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but we're stuck on this one little rock right here. Do you see that in the back tire? So we gotta freaking mess around just to get out. But we got it. Pull the trailer up to us. Reverse. Attach the trailer. And let's keep it moving.
That's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Gave up on trying to attach the trailer. Every time I did, I got stuck on a rock or something stupid. So we're gonna push through a little bit. Pretty sure there's no rocks up here, so we're gonna reverse. As I say that, there's this rock right under my tire right now. Alright, guys. Alright, now we should be set to go. I'll see you guys at the warehouse.
They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend.
Alright guys, after a lot of struggling, we finally made it to the warehouse down here. So we're going to stop here, pick up our, oh, you know what, let's double check quick, we don't want to make another mistake. So we were doing the diesel, I'm pretty sure it was bricks and metal beams. There we go, bricks and metal beams. So we'll put 2 loads of bricks here, then we'll put metal beams on our trailer. And let's get started. Now I'm sure with all this extra weight we'll definitely be struggling again. So with that being said, I'm going to speed it up a little bit to where we get on the main road, so that way you can follow along on the journey of driving to the factory, since it's the first time we'll be there. At least in this playthrough.
Yeah, I'm living up every breath. I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said.
one of those locations where the snorkel helps a little bit. If you get stuck pretty deep in there, you will need some type of snorkel. Now, one little tip and trick. Say you're towing a trailer like this and you end up getting stuck. I kind of showed it recently, but what you can do is detach your trailer. Your truck likes to move better. And then winch your trailer behind you. Now, when you had it attached, you were stuck because your trailer likes to get you stuck. But if you get a little bit of movement and attach your winch, that little extra motion sometimes can free you from being stuck. Now we're going to pull it all the way out to the highway. Now once we're on the highway, we're pretty much good to go. All we need to do is drive straight to the factory. As you can see, there's a sign there that says factory. It is a decent trip. It's pretty far away, but shouldn't take us too long, especially with being on the highway. I'm going to take that off, put it in automatic, attach the trailer. Attach the trailer. Alright, let's get moving. So the beauty of being on the highway, you don't have to worry about all that mud. You know, obviously most of this game is about getting through the mud and stuff. But especially in these earlier stages where you don't have the mud tires and you don't have some of these other upgrades and customizations that are really more beneficial later in game, the highway is like your best friend. The only unfortunate side is that it's not straight highway, but I guess that's to throw some variety in the game. I guess it'd be too easy if it was just straight highway, but it doesn't really make it realistic either, because like I feel like if there was a paved road like this, they would have some upkeep, you know what I mean? I understand that a flood just happened here, or at least if you follow along with the story, the reason we're here doing all this work is because there was a flood that just happened, and that's why there's water all over the place and everything like that. But even with that being said, it seems like there's a lot of areas where the main road is cut off and you're stuck doing this dirt road. I feel like there should be like one main road throughout and then a bunch of muddy side roads where they just, you know, that's where your objectives and stuff are, like the logging camp and, you know, some of these other areas. Like even the warehouse, I feel like if you have a very successful warehouse, you'd have a paved road maybe all the way up to the top of it to like the entrance of the warehouse. And then if, I mean, maybe the places you deliver the stuff to would be some dirt roads or something like that, but it doesn't make sense that going to the warehouse is like nothing but dirt roads. You know, even going to the factory up here, they have the paved road straight up to where the factory is. I feel like the warehouse should kind of be the same. Oh, what was that? There's nothing there, guys. I just ran into nothingness. Literally nothing there. The truck's just like, you know what? I don't want to make it. That's crazy. But yeah, you know, perfect example right there is like there should be one main road throughout, especially when some of the trucks aren't even off-road vehicles. You know, what's the point of having non-off-road vehicles if you can't use them for a majority of the game? It really limits what you can do, you know. Some of the vehicles don't have all-wheel drive, some of the vehicles don't have diff lock. It really burdens you in some of the scenarios. It's kind of like, what's the point of having that truck if you can't even use it for the simplest of tasks because you can't get into the muddy areas. Just my thoughts on the process, I guess. I still love the game, don't get me wrong, but there are some like small little things like that that just kind of like make no sense. Like even if there was a flood, you know what I mean? If it was just a flood, where'd the road go? You know? I don't know. I've seen a few floods in my area, and you know, the road's pretty beat up afterwards. Don't get me wrong, but usually, or typically, the road is still there. Um, you know, maybe has some debris on it like this road does, or something like that. But 9 times out of 10, the whole road isn't just washed away. So I don't know. I get it to make the game challenging, but I also feel like they could have done more to make it challenging. Like make a far off beat path to the locations or objectives that you need. That will give you that kind of difficulty, but also have a main road to where like you can transfer vehicles and other stuff like that. But that's just my opinion. So you pull it up here. Are we following the quest? Hold on. Alright, so now we should be able to do it. There we go. So another weird thing about this game is like you actually have to be actively tracking the quest in order to turn it in, or the contracts. Not sure why, but that's seems to be the case. So just keep that in mind. So what we're going to do here, we're actually going to leave this truck here. And what I'm going to do is go back to the garage. Alright. Go back to the garage. And if you remember, we got a... I'll just show you. We got this guy. Chevrolet Kodiak C70. So, if you can see, it says it's heavy duty, which means it's usually better for power to weight ratios and some of those other situations. So, we're going to try to use this vehicle to pull the large fuel tank. So on this vehicle, that engine actually does increase its performance. It's good to know. Keep that in mind. Now we're not actually going to attach any of this stuff. I just wanted to take a quick look, make sure that we have most of the things that we need. See, that would be good to have, but we have to go to Alaska for that. All-wheel drive. So maybe it's not a good idea to use this, but we're gonna try it real quick. I didn't actually use this in my first playthrough, but we're gonna try using this guy real quick. See if we can get the get enough of that to go at least get the trailer. If we can't even get to the trailer because there is mud on the way, then we'll just go back to the Fleet Star, recover, and use him. We get stuck already. Oh, well. Looks like we're going to the Fleet Star. Oh, he might get out. He's moving. Oh. Oh, you gonna do it? He looks like he wants to, and then he just stops. Tell you what, I'm gonna fast forward this a little bit. If we can't get out of here, I'll just go to the Fleet Star. Alright, so as you can see, this is one of the reasons I only use the Fleet Star. Fleet Star is a pretty decent vehicle. So we're just going to go right back to the Fleet Star, and from here we'll detach the trailer and then go straight to recover. Now we're already back at the warehouse, or the garage here. Just leave the garage here. Oh shit, you know what? We need to get the saddle high. Let's go get the saddle high. Probably could have just recovered again quick, but... Customize, frame, all the way down. Saddle high. Good thing about saddle high and low is they're free. Don't have to spend any money on them. You can swap them in and out whenever you need. There are some benefits to getting saddle high and low. There's bigger trailers you can use. Some of them have up to 8 slots, I believe. I assume those are the saddle high. I could be wrong. And there's also saddle low. I think the biggest one for that is 5. In comparison, if you don't have a saddle at all and you try to do like the flatbed, you could do a flatbed, and I think the highest you can do without a saddle is 4 slots, which would be 6 altogether. We're gonna go ahead and make it daytime quick. And so yeah, pretty much the highest you can get without a saddle is 6 slots. Highest you can get with a low saddle, I believe, is 5 or 6 slots. And then the highest you can get with a high saddle is about 8 slots. So keep that in mind. I really hate that they put your camera on the left joystick. At least they do for me. So every time I like try to steer really hard into something, the camera goes in and out like that. I really hate it. I wish I could take it off. Just make it so I can stay zoomed all the way out like this the whole time. I would definitely prefer that than just going in and out. You know, I'd really ideally prefer like about halfway, like right here, but every time I do a sharp turn, or you know, I do like a semi-diagonal turn or something like that, it just goes right in like that, or if I pull back it goes right out. It's really unfortunate, especially when I'm recording, you know, because I don't want to keep going in and out, in and out. Alright, so this trailer right here is the trailer that we need. Now you want to be very careful with this thing. You know, the heavier the trailer, the more it tends to want to flip. Like, say for example, if you hit a rock or a curb or something, this thing will definitely flip pretty easy. Now we should be able to move it pretty easy, but it should also flip pretty easy. So just keep that in mind as you're trying to make this trip. As you can tell, it's super heavy. He's already struggling on this regular dirt road. There's no water or nothing. But that's also why we unlocked a lot of those obstacles that were in the way. Because if you remember, this bridge up here wasn't built, so we built that bridge. There was the rock slide that was in the way, or the roadblock that was in the way. We cleared that out, and both of those allow us to drive through this highway unhindered and make this contract fairly easy. which is why it took us so long, 4 or 5 episodes to get set up to a point to where we could start doing the contracts, because I knew playing ahead of time that it would be easier to clear the highway before starting the contracts and the tasks and other objectives in the area. Now, there are some things I would like to get done. I typically like to get those drowned vehicles done. I think I'm going to wait for either off-road tires or all-terrain tires. So I think after this, if there's nothing else in this area, we might actually just move to either Smithfield Dam, or maybe in the next episode we will take a trip to Alaska. And I know there's about 2 vehicles up there that are fairly easy to get to. And oh, see what I mean? How easy it is to flip? I mean, look at that small little piece of wood, and that thing's gonna flip the whole freaking truck. Oh, jeez. What is going on here? Look at that. That's one issue I have with this game. Like, that's such a small piece of wood, and that's gonna hinder my whole truck from moving forward. We would have just flattened that bitch in real life. Might have caused a little bit of damage, that the tires or whatever, but maybe I'm just super picky. But I don't know. I just feel like that's just excessive, It's basically like three pieces of plywood on a metal pole, on a small metal pole, that if it's flat on the ground like that, like, you'd think you'd just be able to run over it. What can you do? But yeah, that's why I mentioned that earlier in the game. I think it was when we drove through the water by the gas station near the town. I expressed my concern for driving over those, or driving through those, because I've nearly did a nosedive, like, what do they call it, endo, where you're up on your front tires. I was going pretty fast, but I drove through that thinking, it's just a piece of wood. So I drove, real quick through it. Got me caught up like that, even though there's nothing in the road there. And my whole truck almost went straight forward. Like, back tires came up off the ground and everything. It's pretty funny. I thought I was done for. I thought I was going to flip my truck for real. End over end, too. Like, not sideways, like barrel roll, That's easy to flip your vehicle. I thought it was going to go end over end. But yeah, this is one of the bigger trailers you'll find in this area. Unless you actually like purchase one, I don't think there's too many. I think there might be like one more trailer that's a little bit bigger than this one. Also requires a saddle high, I believe. But yeah, they're not so bad. I think it's pretty neat. With that being said, I think we're close to the factory now. I think this is the last road, and we should be there. And that should be another contract done. And see what's after that. we are. And completed. Gave us about $4,000, almost 500 experience. Pretty good job to get done. That'll unlock the next part. Not a drill. We need 2 sets of metal beams to the drilling site, which is right in the middle here. Another reason why you want to get that wooden bridge completed. We need an oil rig drill, which I believe you have to go get that in Smithville Dam. So we'll end up going to Smithville Dam for that if we go. And you need another construction rig semi-trailer, which I believe is actually right where we're at. Yeah. That's this thing right here. So maybe we'll do that in the next episode, but I think we're going to leave off here. Thank you for having me. Thanks for watching, and hope to catch you on the next one. Goodbye.
I'll fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty.